Hello, hello. So, today we are again with a new topic which is integers. Okay, so without wasting any further time, let's get started. See, the topic which we are going to study, sorry, the topic which we are going to study is integers. Okay, now what are integers? First of all, we need to understand that. See, in general, whatever numbers you are using in your daily life for calculation, for counting, for anything, so those numbers are in positive nature. Suppose I'm asking you 200 rupees. Okay, so this 200 is positive in nature. Okay, I'm asking you uh, five five pence. Okay, or you are on the road and you are just watching 10 cars over there. Okay, so these all numbers are in positive state. Okay, right, the nature of these numbers is positive. Okay, and we all know about a number which is 0, right? So these numbers are positive. This 200, 5, 10, 15, okay, 21, 49, all these numbers are positive. Okay, and there is a number 0. Okay, so these are nothing but integers. Okay, these are nothing but integers, and there is one more type of integers which we are going to see today. Okay, now let's understand integers properly. Okay, we'll go step by step, and in this video I'm going to tell you about integers, then some properties. After that, how to add integers, how to subtract integers, how to multiply integers, and how to divide integers. Okay, so this much you are going to study in this video. Okay, so whenever we are talking about integers, so we are talking about all the positive numbers, all the positive numbers, okay, and all the negative numbers, okay, and 0. Okay, so integers are nothing but all positive numbers, all negative numbers, and 0. If we include all this, then the set is called integers. You can also say that the set of all positive, negative, and 0 is called integer. Okay, so for example, positive numbers you can see 1, then 2, then 4, then 5, then 7. Okay, 100, 1000, 2000, all these numbers are positive. 0 we all know, and there are some numbers which are negative also, like -1, -2, -3, -4, -10, minus 50, minus 1000. These all numbers are negative in nature. These all numbers are negative integers. Okay, remember one thing, that integers cannot be in fractions or in decimal. Suppose I'm writing 1 by 2, so 1 by 2 is not an integer. 3.5, this is not an integer. Either 3 is an integer or 4 is an integer. There is no integer in between 3 and 4. Okay, okay, either one is an integer, or either 2 is an integer. There should be no, there must be, or not must be, exactly, there are no integers in between 1 and 2. Okay, so this should be this should be understood. Okay, so let's make a number line. Okay, and by making the number line, our concept is going to be more clear. Suppose this is a number line. Okay, and in the mid of the number line there is an integer which is called 0. Okay, in mid of the number line there is an integer, it is called 0. Now one more thing, see here I have, whenever I am talking about negative integers, so there is a sign before the number, there is a sign along with the number. So whenever I'm writing a negative integer, then there is a sign. Okay, but when I'm writing positive integers, then there is no sign. You see, I have not mentioned any sign with positive integers. So even if a number is written as it is, okay, then it is understood that that number is positive. Okay, barely we write numbers like this, right? Like +2 +5. If 2 is written over there, then it is understood that it is a positive integer. And if we have to denote -2, or if we are talking about a -2, then we will denote its sign also. Okay, so the number, if the number is written as it is, it means it is positive in nature, it is a positive integer. Okay, one more thing, 0 does not have any sign. Okay, 0 does not have any sign. We cannot say that the sign of 0 is positive or negative. No, 0 does not have any sign, though there is no sign. So this concept, it may be possible that you apply this concept that with 1 there is no sign, so it is positive in nature. With 7 there is no sign, so it is positive in nature. In the same way, with 0 there is no sign, so it should be positive in nature. That's not how it works. 0 does not have any sign. We cannot classify 0 as a positive integer or a negative integer. 0 is a separate integer. Okay, all positive integers, all negative integers, and 0 is a separate integer. We cannot classify 0 as a positive integer or a negative integer. Okay, now you see, this is the number line. Okay, this is the number line. So in the middle of the number line there is an integer which is 0, and on the right side of the uh, number line all positive integers are there. Okay, and on the left side of the number line all negative integers are there. Okay, so just after 0, the first positive integer which we are going to see is 1. Okay, after that the second positive integer which we are going to see is 2. After that 3. After that 4. After that 5, and so on. Okay, if you come to the left side, then just after 0, or I can say just before 0, there is an integer which is -1. Before -1 there is an integer -2. Before -3 there is an integer -3. Before -3 there is an integer -4. Okay, in between 0 and 1 there is no integer. In between 1 and 2 there is no integer. In between 2 and 3 there is no integer. Okay, so if somebody asks you that just tell me a number between 0 and 1, so you can find infinite numbers in between 0 and 1, but you will never find any integer lying between 0 and 1. Okay, you will never find any integer in between 0 and -1. Okay, so this needs to be understand. Now if you try to compare the integers, so see, whenever we are moving from left to right, okay, this is left side, and whenever we are moving left to right, so the value of the numbers increases. So that's how it works. Okay, if you are moving from left to right, the value of the numbers increases. Like if I'm moving from 0 to 1, then 0 is lesser than 1. Okay, 1 is greater than 0. In the same way, after 1 we are jumping towards 2, so 2 is greater than 1. After that we are moving towards 3, so 3 is greater than 2. Like so it works. Okay, so uh, on the left side of 0, what we have? All negative integers, and on the right side of the 0, what we have, all positive integers. So it is understood that all negative integers are going to be less than positive integers. Okay, all negative integers are going to be less than positive integers, and all negative integers are less than 0 also. Okay, so that's how it works, that all negative integers are less than 0, all negative integers are less than positive integers also. Okay, so if there is a question that if you have a number written over like this, that 17, okay, and if you have minus 70, so if it is asked that which number is greater than which, okay, which number is greater than which one, so what you're going to say? Just looking at 70, you're not going to say that 70 is greater than 17. No, that's not how the concept works. You see, the nature of the 70, it is a negative integer. So if it is a negative integer, then it should be less than, it must be less than all the positive integers. 17 is a positive integer, so it is going to be less than minus 70. Okay, one more thing, there is a term called absolute value. Okay, there is a term called absolute value of integers. Okay, absolute value of integers. So if somebody is asking you that what is the absolute value of minus 70, so absolute value of minus 70 is nothing but, sorry, absolute value of minus 70 is nothing but 70. Okay, okay, absolute value of 17 is nothing but 17. Okay, and this is a sign of the this is a sign to represent the absolute value of any integer. Okay, absolute value of minus 1, it is 1 only. Absolute value of any positive integer or any negative integer, we'll write that number, we'll write that integer in a positive form, and we will use this sign in order to represent the absolute value. Okay, so this need to be understood. Okay, now if somebody is asking you how to add two integers, okay, how to add two integers, addition of integers. So see, what are the possibilities while adding two integers? So there could be two positive integers, right? There could be two positive integers which we have to add, or there could be two negative integers which we have to add, or there could be one positive integer and one negative integer, okay, which we have to add. So there are three possibilities of integers. In the addition of integers, there are three possibilities. Okay, and in the same way, while doing the subtraction, there are three possibilities. In the same way, while doing the multiplication, while doing the division, there will be three possibilities. Okay, so if you are adding two positive integers, how to add them? If you are adding two negative integers, how to add them? And if you are adding one positive and one negative integers, how to add them? Which that we are going to see. Okay, so just remember that if we have two positive integers, it means the sign of the two integers are same. If we have two negative integers, so the sign of the two integers is going to be same. So we can classify like this also, like, just a second, we can classify like this also, that integers with same sign, integers with same signs, and integers with different signs, right or not? Okay, so integers with same sign and integers with different signs. So first of all, we'll take some integers which have same sign. Suppose I have to add uh, 7 and 10. So you see, I have written 7 over here. It is a positive integer, and 10 is also a positive integer. So we have to add it. So it's not a big deal. We can add it. 7 plus 10 is 70 only, 17 only, and we have got our answer. So that is easy. So if we have to add two positive integers, that's not a big deal. We can do it. Fine. Now let's take two negative integers. Okay. Let's take two negative integers. Suppose I have -6 and I have to add it with -8. Okay. Now you see one more thing, that I have closed the negative integers into bracket. Why? Because this sign, the sign which is representing the negative nature of the number, negative nature of the integer, uh, this sign should not mix with, should not confuse us with this sign. This is the sign of operation which we are going to do. The operation is addition. So this sign is used to represent the operation which we are going to do, and this sign shows the nature of the number or nature of the integer, that either it is positive or negative. Okay. Now here also you have two such integers which have same sign. Here also you had two such integers which had same sign. Here you had two integers which were positive in nature. Here you have two integers which are negative in nature. Okay. So how to do this? So you just apply the same method which you have applied here to add. Okay. What you did? You just added two numbers and written over here. Okay. Now while adding the numbers, or I can say while adding the integers, we should be careful with the sign also, that which sign we are going to use. So it's not that difficult. It's as simple as that whenever you have two positive integers, the answer is going to be always positive. Whenever you are adding two positive integers, the answer is going to be in positive. Whenever you are adding two negative integers, the answer is going to be in negative. Okay. Understand again? Whenever you have two positive integers, then the sum of the two positive integers is going to be always positive. Whenever you are having two negative integers and you are told to add them, then the sum is going to be in negative. And how to add? You just see what is written over here, minus 6. Now what is the absolute value of 6? Absolute value of minus 6. So the absolute value of minus 6 is nothing but 6. What is the absolute value of minus 8? The absolute value of minus 8 nothing but 8. So you have to just add 6 and 8, which is 14. Right or not? You have to just add 6 and 14, 6 and 8, and you're getting what? You are getting 14. Now let's come to the sign of the sum. What should be the sign of the sum? So you see, both of these numbers were in negative, right? Both of these numbers had a negative sign. So the sum of these numbers is also going to be in negative sign. The sum of two negative integers is going to be negative. Understood? This is as simple as that. You are adding two positive integers, you are getting a number, or you are getting the sum in positive. You are adding two negative integers, then again also you have a number which is in negative. Okay. Positive integers, the sum of positive integers is going to be positive, the sum of negative integers is going to be negative. Don't get confused in plus and minus. Okay. In plus and minus, because this happens with a lot of students, that they get confused between the operation and the sign. Okay. Don't say that the sign of this 7 is plus, and this is plus 10, and this is minus 6, and this is minus 10, minus 8. Not like this. You have to call, or you have to whenever you are speaking about nature of the number, so you just say negative or positive. Negative 7, positive 7, negative integer, positive integer, like that. It shows the nature of the number or the nature of the integer, either it is positive or negative. And whenever you are talking about the operation, you say addition or subtraction. Okay. That's how you will not get confused. So don't use these words. Okay. Plus and minus. Okay. It creates a lot of confusion, and I have seen a lot of students doing this. So don't be that student. Okay. Now again, I'm going to repeat. Whenever you are adding two positive integers, the sum is going to be positive. Whenever you are adding two negative integers, the sum is going to be negative. Okay. And how to do the sum, we all know. Okay. 7 plus 10 is 17, 6 plus 8 is 14. Whenever you are having positive integers, you will add it, I know. And whenever you are having a negative integers, just remember that you have to add the absolute value of the numbers. Okay. You have to add the absolute value of the numbers. Okay. So we are done with same signs, how to add integers with same signs. Now we are going to see how to add integers with different signs. Okay, how to add two integers with different signs. See, suppose I have 10, and then I have to add 10 with -6. So what should be my answer? What will be the sum? So first of all, see that whether the two numbers which we are going to add have same sign or different sign. The signs of the two numbers are different. This is a positive integer and this is a negative integer. So the moment you see two numbers, two integers with different sign, just keep in your mind that you have to do the subtraction. Though addition is written over here, but the operation which you are going to do is subtraction. Okay, what I'm saying, listen again. Whenever you are having two integers with different sign, you are having a positive integer and you are having a negative integer, the operation which you are going to do is subtraction. Okay, the operation which you are going to do is subtraction. Okay, it is told that you have to add 10 and -6, but the operation which we are going to do is subtraction. Now how to do the subtraction? Very easy. Just tell me the absolute value of 10, 10 only. Just tell me the absolute value of -6, 6 only. Now can you subtract? Can you find the difference? Yes, I can. 10 minus 6 is 4 only. Okay, like this we have to do. Find the absolute value of 10, 10 only. Find the absolute value of -6, -6 itself. Find the difference or do the subtraction. So 10 minus 6 is 4. Okay. Now comes the second part, that what should be the sign of the number. Okay. Either the number should be in positive or in negative, because in these two cases, whenever we are having two positive integers, we are keeping our answer in positive. Whenever we are having two negative integers, we are keeping our answer in negative. Now what about this one? Here I have one number which is positive and the other number which is negative. So which sign should I give here? Positive or negative? So it depends on the absolute value of integers. It depends on the absolute value of integers. That the absolute value of which integer is higher. The absolute value of which integer is higher. So the absolute value of 10 is higher than 6. Right? The absolute value of 10 is 10 itself. The absolute value of -6 is 6. So which absolute value is higher? 10 only. So what is the sign of 10? The sign of 10 is positive. So the answer is going to be positive. Okay. Let's take one more example. Suppose I have 7 plus -15. Like this I have. Again we have a positive integer, then we have a negative integer. Okay. Now the moment I have observed that one integer is positive and the other integer is negative, or I can say we have two integers with different signs. So in my mind it should be clicked that I have to do the subtraction. Though addition is written over here, but the operation which I'm going to do is subtraction. How to subtract it? Just tell me what is the absolute value of 7? 7 only. What is the absolute value of -15? 15 only. So you have to subtract it. How to subtract? You have a greater number, you have a smaller number. You have to subtract the smaller number from the greater number. 15 minus 7 is 8. Okay. 15 minus 7 is 8. Now what should be the sign of my what should be the sign of 8? This is the second part. Okay, we cannot write number as it is and leave it. We have to be careful with the sign also, that which sign should be here, negative or positive. So sign of the number depends on absolute value of the integers. Now what is the absolute value of 7? 7 only. What is the absolute value of minus 15? 15. Which absolute value is higher? Which integer has higher absolute value? Minus 15. This time minus 15 has higher absolute value. So if minus 15 has higher place value, then the sign of this 8 is going to be according to minus 15. What is the sign of minus 15? Minus. So this number will be also in minus. Now you see, I told you not to use plus and minus, but I am only using it. So okay, so I'm sorry about it. Negative. Okay, what should be the sign of 8? Negative. Why? Because the absolute value of minus 15, or I can say the negative 15, is higher. That is why I have to give the sign of 15. Okay, negative 15. Okay, so that's how we add the numbers. Just now let me check that what is the duration of the video. Okay, so we have already crossed 26 minutes. So let's uh, see all the other concepts in the next video. Okay, so in the next video we will deal with addition. No, not addition. Addition we have seen. We'll deal with subtraction, multiplication, division and all. Okay, thank you.